But we welcome Barry Long now to the program from Go Long. I got to tell you what a thrill it is to get down here and meet all you guys face to face, by the way.
Yeah. You're taller in person than I originally.
Everybody
assumed.
says that.
Yeah, because you're behind that desk.
I guess so.
I'm shorter in person, I imagine.
I don't judge. I'm just happy to see you.
Happy to see you too, man.
This guy, listen, let's just talk about, we got 20 minutes here, how we got to be friends.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I mean, neither am I. I mean, I know it has something to do with Sage.
Yes.
Shout out to Sage Alvarez. I know it has something to do with Twitter.
Yeah, and the XFL Markcast. Sage was buddies with those guys that do the XFL Markcast, Reed Johnson and crew, and Paul. And here we are. Yeah. And I was on your show. Tell the folks about your show, what you got going on there.
It's called Go Long Live, and basically it's an hour-long podcast, but it's TV made. And we're looking to launch on a major network eventually. But we just talk about the today's top stories and events in sports. Like to make fun of a lot of people and give our take.
It's very similar to what we're doing.
Yes.
But it's in podcast form.
Yes. And you had me on your show.
That's right. Yeah, you were on talking Dodgers.
Yeah, and I was sweating like Patrick Ewing in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what was the deal with that?
Nervousness.
Come on. What are you nervous
I'm a little
about?
more seasoned now, Rob Pedersen, but usually when people say Barry Long's coming up next, it goes to like a black screen. It's a podcast. But this one went to a Toyota commercial. I was like, okay, we're really on TV.
Big time here. Game Plus Television, of course. Now, so now we got that out of the way. I will ask in a minute what your Super Bowl week is. But let's just go back to yesterday.
Okay.
You talked me and my crew in to Radio Row, and for that I will forever be in your debt.
Okay.
It is a anthill down there.
Yeah.
Tell the viewers what's going on.
Now, Monday and Tuesday was kind of like just chill. Radio Row. You had your big major networks. You had Pat McAfee show, all these other shows. They have their own sets. But in the middle, it's just kind of like a madhouse. You got about 100 tables. Now, in the past, I've heard it's been like 5 or 6 tables. But since it's L.A., it's just glitz and glamour, but it wasn't a madhouse Monday or Tuesday. You saw Barry Sanders walking by himself. You're like, what is Barry Sanders doing here on a Tuesday afternoon at 2 p.m.? But on Wednesday, it quintupled. Okay, as far as how many people were there, it was about 10 times more people there. Celebrities walking by, people yelling. There's shows here, shows there. But it is absolutely incredible. It is a heaven for anybody who is in the career field that we chose.
I don't know what you said, but I wasn't getting in, and you just went and said something?
If I told you what I said, I'd have to kill you, Rod.
Okay, well, it worked.
How about that?
It worked. So the one thing that you tell me if I've read this wrong. When I got into L.A. on Saturday, a lot of the talk around the NFL had to do with the Brian Flores situation, the racism and tanking allegations, and then by Monday night, Tuesday morning, it flipped around to the game.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah. Did you sense that morph, and now it's all about the game?
I feel like it's all about the game right now. We're not really. Brian Flores is kind of on the back burner right now. There was a news about certain retirements that came up. They tried to offer the news out to the public on a Tuesday or on a Wednesday to where it wouldn't outshine the AFC Championship, NFC Championship, and the Super Bowl. But yeah, I feel like the NFL world is all focused on the game right now since we're so close to it.
And then the other thing is, listen, I came in as a Rams fan.
And now you're a Bengals fan?
Right. Well, the Cincinnati people have just, come on in. Here's a shirt. Here's a pass. Here's a bunch of souvenirs. How do you not? I can be bought, Barry. I don't know about you.
I can't be bought.
And it's hard to not like this Bengals team.
Oh, my goodness. It is so hard to not like that. Joe Burrow, I had one of those little thermometers that they check it when you walk in the door, and I had to check myself, and I was like, okay, I don't have a fever. I just have Burrow fever.
He's good with this.
I love Burrow. Oh, my goodness, I love Joe Burrow. He smokes cigars. Thank you, Clark. He smokes cigars after wins. He's like 22, 23. Who smokes cigars at 22, 23 besides Michael Jordan? He's just got so much self-awareness, and he's just so confident. And, he does things that other guys would probably be criticized for, like, oh, he's corny. Not Joe Burrow. Everything Joe Burrow does is cool. And on top of that, he wins. Who gets sacked 9 times in a game and still pulls out that victory?
Apparently there was only one other quarterback, and I can't remember who it was, in NFL playoff history. Do you?
Not off the top of my head.
Maybe it was Montana. I'm not sure. It's gone back a long
If it was
ways.
anybody, it probably was Joe Montana.
Yeah. But this is the thing about Burrow. I don't hold out any delusions of being around him this week, other than the fact that I was invited to the Bengals walkthrough on Friday, but I'm like, I've been to enough walkthroughs in my life. I don't need to do that. But there are very few athletes, Barry, and you've been around athletes a lot, that just they burn a hole when they look
Yes.
at you.
Yes, I had that experience yesterday.
With?
Ian Book, of all people. Ian Book, he's so compelling. And we saw him get thrown into the game for the Saints, and he really didn't have – he had like 1 week of practice. He's a rookie. His whole family was there to see him. He barely knew the offense, and he got sacked a lot. It was a rough night for him. One of the roughest in NFL debuts. But talking to him yesterday, he's so compelling, and he just has those eyes that just burn through you. Just deep eye contact. He's a good-looking guy, but he's just so articulate. And that was my guy. That was one of the most memorable interviews I've done out of all the people. The Miz, Trey Wingo yesterday. But Ian Book of all people.
Tell me, Michael Irvin's the biggest name that's walked through there.
Yes, he is. Michael Irvin's walking through there. He has an entourage. I saw Brandon Marshall walk through. He had a bigger entourage. But Michael Irvin is like you've got to pull him to the side to get a picture with Michael Irvin. You were fortunate enough to get that.
I wasn't leaving till I got it. I stalked him.
And he knows who he's self-aware too. He shows up and he knows that.
Smiling,
yeah,
he's a showman.
He is a showman. He's the playmaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Barry and I are going to talk hockey. I see all your comments, everybody. I see you people. I'm not sure I can get to them all because I want to talk to Barry. They all got questions for you, Barry.
Well,
but I got my questions for you.
Shoot.
It's been 30 plus years. We're just talking about the business here in the break. I said everybody wants to start out in this broadcasting business going live from Super Bowl. It's taken me 34 years to get to Super Bowl, okay?
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying every single second of it. But I'll tell you, you got your Kings hat on.
Yeah.
Is that just... is that for me or?
No, I'm a Kings fan. No, I'm not the biggest. I don't dive that deep into hockey because it's America. I mean,
right.
But I do love my hockey. And out of all the sporting events that I would go to live, I grew up, loving baseball is my favorite sport. Going to basketball games, football games were a little harder to track when I was a kid because if you're sitting, you think you got a good seat when you're at the end zone, but when the action is all the way down there and you don't have Jim Nantz in your ear telling you what's going on and narrating the game. Yeah, but the most incredible live sporting event I've ever been to is hockey games, hockey matches, hockey, whatever you want to call them. But the hockey, it's just, and what sport do they just let you just throw your gloves off and just fight?
Lacrosse, that's it. But I won't even start on that. They do more of that in lacrosse than hockey. But it's interesting because Cam Judge, CFL linebacker from UCLA, was sat in that chair in hour one, and he said the same thing: best live sport, hockey.
Best live.
Because I don't watch it much on television. The viewers want to talk about the game.
The game.
Wayne in Victoria says Joe Burrow is such an up-and-coming quarterback in the NFL. There's no doubt about it. Tacona Powley in Winnipeg says, does Barry know the other Barry Long?
Yes, I do know the other Barry Long, the philosopher, the spiritual.
I was going to say who?
Yes, I do. I follow him. I'm Barry Long the second. My father's Barry Long the first, but that is also Barry Long the first. The famous Barry Long the first.
And there was the two Barrys on Radio Row the other day, Barry Long and Barry Sanders.
Yeah, I put that up. I
saw it.
And you know what? The thing about my name is spelled, if you're from New York, you pronounce it Barry, okay?
Right.
Yeah, but
Barry.
Out here, they spell my name Berry. I'm not a raspberry. I'm not a strawberry.
They say it right out here? Barry.
I am a half blackberry.
Barry. Rams by 4 is the line from our exclusive betting partner, betregal.ca.
I like it.
You taking it?
I'm taking it all the way. Taking it to the bank.
What do you I got Rams by double digit.
I want 11 points, maybe. I mean, I think when you talk about that offense and just how prolific it is, and Cooper Kupp can't be stopped, and then you got Odell Beckham on the other side. Matthew Stafford he's money when the game is on the line, but I don't think that the game will be on the line. Honestly, I love Burrow. I love how far they've come, but this is just Sean McVay's been there. He's lost. He's experienced Radio Row. It's a lot when you're going for the first time. Your eyes are wide open. Joe Burrow and Zach Taylor, the coach, these guys are all young. So this would be a good experience for them. But Sean McVay's been here. They lost. Matt Stafford's been waiting all his life for this moment. And I just feel like the Rams, they're sleeping in their own beds. They're waking up, at home feeling well. And you guys are not sleeping in your own beds, but you guys are put up in a nice hotel.
Feel like we're at home.
If I told you where I booked.
Don't want to know.
Don't want to know. But I will tell you this. You try to look for the cheapest room. I almost booked the room near Skid Row. And I was like, oh, goodness gracious. Thank God, because I would have went from literally Radio Row straight to Skid Row. And that wouldn't have been great.
I'm sure you wouldn't be the first. But
I got a nice room. I got a pretty nice room right
I'll pick this up in a second. But first, I want to tell the folks that the Kinsman Telemiracle online 50-50 raffle is live right now. Barry wouldn't know about it, but it's a wonderful Saskatchewan tradition. It is all proceeds going to the Kinsman Foundation. They help people every day improve their quality of life with independence and mobility gifts and medical travel assistance. We all know somebody who's had to travel out of province. Kinsman will step in and help you out with that, but not without events like the Kinsman Online 50-50 raffle. So it's live now, telemiracle.com. All proceeds staying in Saskatchewan and part of Telemiracle 46, which is coming your way in March. The draw for this will be March the 2nd. Tickets can be purchased by anybody 19 years of age and over, and you also have to be physically in the province of Saskatchewan. You see the totals going up. I see a lot of you have bought tickets in the last 24 hours. We need you to buy more. We're actually flying by, Moose. We're 2 weeks into this thing. We got a little over 2 weeks to go. Purchase your tickets today at telemiracle.com. By the way, the rock star of the day for Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions yesterday was Mo Egger of ESPN 1530 Cincinnati. Today, you'll be voting on Barry Long. What else did I write down? Dan Moriarty or Cam Judge. All stars here today. Stars. Sorry to interrupt your Super Bowl chat, but I had to talk about Kinsman Telemiracle there, of course. I just think I was on the radio in Ottawa yesterday. They were getting my take on this Super Bowl matchup, and I had compared it to some hockey and football playoffs that I've been a part of. Sometimes the first round is the hardest to win. It's not always, but then you smash everybody the rest of the way. Mm-hmm. And for the Rams, they didn't smash the 49ers, but I just feel like this is a speed bump for them in the Super Bowl. I really do. I wouldn't want to tell the Bengals that because they wouldn't want to hear that. But I think what's cool for me is that the Rams were built for this moment. They've come this far, Barry.
Yes,
you know Sean McVay's statement
and
his speech.
Yes. Sean McVay, I mean, this guy's my age, and he's got it all figured out. But
you're 36, are you, Barry?
Yeah, well, close to 36. Don't age me yet. I'm 35, going on 36. But yeah, he's my age basically, and he just feels like he's been coaching forever. He's just such a well-experienced guy. But going to the Super Bowl and losing to Bill Belichick in the manner in which they did, and not being able to score points with their offense that they had against the Patriots. I felt like
that was a lesson.
That was a lesson, and tomorrow he's going to apply the lesson, or Sunday he's going to apply that lesson.
Yeah, I feel bad and slightly dirty talking this way with the way the Cincinnati people have been to us. Look at all the stuff that we've got through them here, raining down.
That's crazy.
I know, but I just think there's something
about this team, this Rams team,
something impressive about it. Again, they were built for this. They're one step away. That's what I'm saying. You could hear Sean McVay's speech before the game, guys. We got one step left on the ladder. We've come this far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm with you. I expect the bank. 1 minute of play remaining in the RP show. I expect that they'll go out and like Stafford, like you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the offensive line for the Bengals is really suspect. Like we mentioned earlier, he got sacked 9 times in that game against the Tennessee Titans. But when you got Von Miller and Aaron Donald coming at you, it's going to be that O-line has got to step up if they want to even have a chance in this game. But I really think that that will be the weakest link for them. And I feel like it's going to be a double-digit victory as well.
Barry, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Rob Pedersen.
All you do. Barry Long, I appreciate you, Barry Long. He always says my full name.
Rod Pedersen.
Yeah,
RP is my guy.
Yeah. Thanks for helping me out yesterday, too.
Thank you, sir.
And enjoy Super Bowl for all that it is.
Okay.
Barry Long from Go Long. Give him a follow on Twitter. Barry Long Radio, right?
Yep.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching the RP Show on YouTube. And don't forget, we're live daily on YouTube from noon to 2 Eastern. If you like what you see, hit subscribe. And if you like the program, check around for other segments of the Rod Pedersen Show here on YouTube.